Be sure to subscribe.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shri Raghavendra Guruve Namo Karunya Sindhuve. Some people also say Shri Raghavendra Guruve Namo Atyanta Dayaluve. In any case, Shri Raghavendra swami is known for his karune. Daya and Atyanta Dayaluve or Karunya Sindhuve, both are same. So this is the 352nd Aradhana of Shri Raghavendra Swami ji. So some of us may be wondering, who is this person? Why we celebrated him for more than 350 years? What is that he has done? Especially on the occasion of Hindu Dharma and Philosophy organization, doing it now for 19 years. And it has resulted into very good results, especially all of us who come together and celebrate. And I consider this opportunity, one of the opportunities to do the puja, another one is sing about him and all those things. And I consider this opportunity as a seva to remember the contributions and to remember the life of Shri Raghavendra swami ji, one of the greatest saints of this age. And we, all of us know, we have experienced his presence in one or the other way. Some of us really have experienced him. Some of us have experienced in the results that he gave. Or some people happen to be fortunate to see him. To name some of them, in 1801, 19th century, Thomas Munro happened to see Shri Raghavendra swami ji in mantralaya as a human being. There is a story, you must have heard of it. Like that, so many people have seen him physically, some people have experienced him, but overall, this saint is a Karunya Sindhu. He is known for that. So why do I talk about Karunya is Raghavendra swami ji is well known for his Karune. And there is a saying also that Shri Raghavendra swami, after entering into the Vrindavana, this is the day, that is the Madhyaradhana we celebrate, that is the day Swamiji entered into Vrindavana Sharira. That means when he was alive, he entered inside the Vrindavana and he sat for the meditation, then they closed it. That means assumption that he is still alive, he appears whenever he wants outside and he goes back to his meditation inside. And there is an assumption also that Shri Raghavendra swami, after entering Vrindavana, will be very effectively helping all the bhaktas for 700 years. And there is a second statement, 350 years he will be doing all the services or the seva for his people in around Mantralaya and nearby areas. After 350 years, he will start going around the world. That's what happened, right? 350th year, after so much of prayers and other things, Shri Raghavendra swami Matha is also being established in Chicago. So that means clearly shows there are so many establishments happening all over the world, and everywhere bhaktas get benefited by his presence. So now my next 4 or 5 minutes talk, maybe 10 minutes talk, what I am trying to do is, who is this saint? What is his contribution? Why did he come here? Right? That part, life and contribution of Raghavendra swami ji, is the topic. So Raghavendra swami ji, in his early form, right? So if you go back to the Bhagavata Puran, when the Kalpa starts, the real creation starts. When I say Kalpa, it is a time unit of Brahma. Brahma's one day is called one Kalpa, one night is called another Kalpa. So each Kalpa has so many yugas and Mahayugas and all those things. Whenever we get a time, we shall see what it is in another topic. So let us consider now, one Kalpa is one day time of Brahma. In one day time of Brahma, there are thousands of yugas happen. In those thousands yugas, one of them is Kali Yuga and one of like that, Treta Yuga. So before this Kalpa starts, all of us were inside Bhagavan, Vishnu, right? As a dormant souls. But some souls who are devas, who have achieved moksha, they keep worshipping Vishnu in Vaikuntha continuously. Among them are Brahma and Saraswati. Brahma and Saraswati have an assistant called Shankukarna. See, this Raghavendra Swamiji happened to be Shankukarna. He is one of the Devatas. Shankukarna is also called as Gandharva. He was assistant to Brahma and Saraswati while worshipping the Vishnu. Continuous worshipping happens there. So one day they say that this is, I don't know whether it has happened really like that or it is just a story, right? And it may be true also. If we believe in reincarnation and all those things, Sanatana Dharma believes in that. So in that concept, if we assume, Shankukarna one day what he did is, while performing puja, he lost the attention serving the Bhagavan and helping Saraswati and Brahma. So they felt this gentleman, this Devata needs a treatment. That means he has to go back to the Martyaloka, that is where the physical things happen, like this world. He has to go and serve there, then come back. So this is a kind of punishment we can say, or maybe it is a plan of the Bhagavan to help us, to sending some messenger to help us, to uplift us. So, right? It can be taken as both blessing in disguise kind of thing. So that Shankukarna happened to take 4 births. It is the concept in this kalpa, and this kalpa keeps repeating, right? If you remember in Bhagavata Puran, every kalpa keeps repeating. Mahabharata happens, Ramayana happens, this situation happens, but the people are the artists are different. Drama remains almost same. So that is a part of the Bhagavata Puran. So now this drama has started. Shankukarna got sent to this world, saying you have to take 4 births and serve the people and come back. That is your punishment kind of thing, or maybe they are sending you to do the seva for us. So anyway, Shankukarna took first birth as Prahlada. Prahlada is Hiranyakashipu's son, right? And Hiranyakashipu also took birth, Jaya Vijaya, right? They also came like that, and this is another artist coming to this physical world, do the drama and do their activities. That Narsimha Avatara happened and Prahlada was there. Because of Prahlada, Narsimha Avatara happened. When Narsimha Avatara happened and everything was done, Narsimha was telling this Prahlada, who is a 5-year or 7-year-old boy, ask me what you want. That is the time this highly matured boy, Prahlada said, I am not in the transaction with you to ask what you want, right? You know what I want, right? Same thing Dhruva said to Vishnu. The reason these messages they send in the form of a small child saying that I am not doing a transactional business with you, Bhagavan. But unfortunately, we do the transactional business with Raghavendra Swamiji. We say, we will do this puja, give me this, right? We will give 100 nariyal and do me this favor. Otherwise I will go around for 100 times and do me this favor. That's what we are doing with him. Every day we do the transactional business because our mind is corrupt mind. It is always focused on ROI. What is the result of return on investment of our time, right? So that's what we are. But Prahlada is not like that. He clearly mentioned to Narasimha, I'm not a Vyavahara guy, right? I'm not a Vanik. So then he said, then what is that you want? He said, I want to serve my people. I want to help them. I want to uplift. So that is the kind of karunya that Prahlada had, and he remained as a king of that time, and then he helped so many people to bring them, uplift them. So same thing he kept repeating when he took second birth as Bahalikaraj. Bahalikaraj, see this one Prahlada was born in the Satya Yuga. Bahalika Raja is born as in Dwapara Yuga, where as a part of the Kuru Amsha. You must have heard of Bahalikaraj. If not, he is a very close devotee of Shri Krishna, but he happened to fight against Pandavas with Bhishma. He was accompanied with Bhishma in that war. So anyway, there also he served a lot. Then he took the third birth as Vyasaraja. Vyasaraja is in the time of Shri Krishna Deva Raya time frame. If you remember what happened during the Shri Krishna Deva Raya time frame, Shri Krishna Deva Raya was there 16th century, that is 1501 to 1520, 19 years he ruled. That is the Vijayanagara Samrajya, that is the golden era of Vijayanagara Samrajya. Vijayanagara Samrajya ruled for 350 years. The longest dynasty in the India is Vijayanagara Samrajya. Krishna Deva Raya happened to be one of the kings. So that time Vyasaraja was there serving the people. Why did he come at that time is, that is the time the invasion happened. Entire Sanatana Dharma was being put down by Muslim rulers. And 1565, right, that is the last king of Vijayanagara Samrajya, right, that is Aliya Ram Raya. In Talikoti war, he got killed and the entire Hampi was ruined. The Vijayanagara kingdom was ruined. And naturally, with that power comes the putting down Sanatana Dharma, and making sure that we don't worship properly and all those things. So entire Sanatana Dharma, what we call as, vaguely called as Hindu Dharma, has been attacked so many years, thousands of years. Even after British came, they also did the same. Now also, after the independence, there are so many rules were made so that we are controlled. Sanatana Dharma people are controlled. They want us to forget. Macaulay came and he tried to impose education system in our mind so that we become more Western, right? We ignore our value of our Sanatana Dharma. But to uplift against this, all these odds, to bring the people up, so Vyasaraja came and he was the advisor for Shri Krishna Deva Raya. Shri Krishna Deva Raya used to leave the seat for him, the Simhasana for him. So when the only person he used to respect, getting out of his seat from Simhasana and bow down in front of his two persons. One is Purandara Dasaru, another one is Vyasaraja. Vyasaraja is Kulaguru. So that kind of strength that Vyasaraja had because of his philosophy, and he did serve he did very good service for the Sanatana Dharma. Purandara Dasaru and Sripada Rajaru, everyone was that time were there, and that was the flourishing of the Dasakuta time. That is the time of entire Dasa Samskruti came. So that's how they maintained the Sanatana Dharma in a different form, in the total different form. So after that, in 1565 is the Talikoti. After 30 years, 1595, Shri Raghavendra swami took birth. Very interesting. Raghavendra swami his name was not Raghavendra swami at that time. When he was born, he was named as Venkata Bhatta. Venkata Bhatta's great grandfather, right, that is Krishna Bhatta or something was there. He was the Veena player, that is a son in Sri Krishna Deva Raya's Asthan. That means he is highly respected like Vyasarajaru, and he was a Veena player, and entire family, including Sri Raghavendra swami as Venkata Bhatta, also is a great Veena players. His father was a great Veena player. His grandfather also was a great Veena player. And they were ultra rich when the king Krishna Deva Raya was there, because they granted a lot of things to them. But unfortunately, what happens with these people with wisdom, right, who do not care about their money, they don't manage it well. They were very charity oriented people. They gave a lot of things to people like that, but they did not stay. When it comes to father of Raghavendra swami, by the time it came, they already getting not much money left. By the time Sri Raghavendra swami was born, his mother expired very early on, and his sister Saraswati, Venkamma maintained him. His sister and her husband, they maintained. Raghavendra swami did the Upanayanam and everything. And Raghavendra swami was very, very spiritual early on, at this small age, because of his background, like Sankukarna and Vyasaraja and Prahlada. So naturally, that has carried on here. He did not focus on making money or anything like that. He did not even worry about asking money for that. So we have seen such kind of people in our life, right? We have seen Bendre and DVG kind of people. Though, especially DVG, I feel his contribution is worth of Nobel Prize, but they did not get recognized, they did not have money, but still they continued their work. Similarly, Sri Raghavendra swami also did not worry about asking money, taking money from anybody. He lived whatever he get. So many days he happened to be on fast because there is no food. But he was very scholarly person. He was very, very well recognized in the scholars. That time Shri Vijayendra Swamiji was the Vyasaraja Pitha Swamiji. Vijayendra Karabjottu Sudindro Varaputraka. That is the statement comes in our chanting, right? So Vijayendra Swami recognized him and he asked him to come to Matha, do the services like teaching and other things, and he started writing around 29 contributions he has done to the Sanskrit literature. 29 things he has written. Let us see them, what are those things in later part. So while he was doing this, at the age of 19 he got married, name called Saraswati. At the age of 26 he was asked to take sannyasa. Very unfortunate, right? He got married and there is a child born. His name is Lakshmi Narayana, and his father has been asked to take the sannyasa pitha. Of course, he was totally inclined towards that, but he was not ready. When Sudhindra Swamiji asked him, you need to take, because Sudhindra Swamiji, Sudhindra Tirtharu, got the message from Bhagavan saying that your next Pidadipati has to be Sri Raghavendra Swamiji. Then he called him and said, I got the intuition that you are supposed to be the Swamiji, please take. He said, I am at 26. My child is not even, Upanayana has not happened. My wife is very young. I cannot get away from the family. It is not possible. He said, no way. Raghavendra Swami straight away said, no, if you want, I will come to Matha, otherwise I don't want to come to Matha. Don't bring me on this to me, right? Bring this on to me. He was not ready. But inside, his soul is always towards spirituality. He is always dedicated to the Sanatana Dharma. If you look at Modi's life, it's the same thing. He is always Bharata Mata oriented guy. He got married, finally he left and he dedicated his entire life to Desi Seva. Same personalities must be here. So Raghavendra Swami came back home and he was contemplating. Suddenly Saraswati appeared in front of him in one of the mornings. She said, you are not doing this sannyasa for yourself or your achievements. This you have to do for me and for the upliftment of the entire world. Otherwise, the Sanatana Dharma will collapse. So then Raghavendra Swami has left no choice. So he said, okay, he has to take the bigger cause, right? It is called Kal, right? So he has to take, like our soldiers do the same thing, right? When it comes to the fighting, they have to go, leaving their family. So Raghavendra Swami did the same. He said, okay, he took the sannyasa in 1571 as Sri Raghavendra Swami. His wife did not accept it. Saraswati, she did not accept it, but there was no choice. Decision was made, and there is a story that she jumped into a well and took her life. Of course, after that they say she appeared as a preta in front of Swamiji. The first miracle, of course, there are so many miracles he has shown in the past, but as soon as she appeared in front of him as a preta, he gave her the moksha, saying that it is not only his contribution to the society, it is her contribution also. So like that, he started his life as a very poor background person, with compromising with his family values, family situations, and valuing the highest for the need of the people at that time. At that time, it is already 60 years past, fast forward, right? 1565 is the time entire Vijayanagara Samrajya collapsed. Bahmani Muslims came, they started atrocities. But only these samsthanas, like Swamiji samsthanas, were doing really good in maintaining the wealth of wisdom of Sanatana Dharma. So he did contribute a lot. He lived for up to 77 years. At the age of 26, he took sannyasa. For another 50, maybe 45 years, he ruled the Samrajya. That is the time he did a lot of miracles to bring back the people, the confidence in the people, right? So you must have heard so many things, like he was chanting before taking the sannyasa, he was chanting Agni Sukta, and because of that Gandha became burning. When the people put their Gandha on their bodies, it was burning sensation. So like that he had that mantra siddhi, and also several siddhis he had. So he has shown so many miracles before becoming Swamiji, and after becoming Swamiji also he did a lot of miracles to bring the people back to the Sanatana Dharma. So that's why he became more of Kshipra Falaprada. Kshipra Falaprada means he gives immediate results. ROI is very quick. You go and serve him for 15 days, you get what you want. Again, he has put some conditions. If we do as per that, you will get the benefits. What are those conditions? I will talk in next 2 minutes. So that's how Shri Raghavendra Swamiji's life started as a Shankukarana and has given 4 lives, 4 births, just to do the contribution to the entire society, to maintain the Sanatana Dharma to this level. Now it is all over the world. So now, after discussing all these points, we should be really respectful and avoiding our transactional business with him, then understanding what was his philosophy, what is his contribution to the literary contribution, why he wrote 29 things, what are those 29 things, why did he write, what does he mean, what was his school of thought. All those things we have to go back and look at it. Then of course we do these things, we need his help. So we should pray him for all those our day-to-day needs, plus we have to also look at his works and contributions. Now coming to the day he entered into the Samadhi, the Brindavana we call, right? In that he made couple of very good points. I noted only 6 points. I will just read. This is called a last lecture. If you go and search in Google last lecture, you will find a book called, there is a recent guy who published a last lecture. It became very popular. But the last lecture was given by even Shri Raghavendra Swamiji also, when entering into the Brindavana. And it was almost more than a 1.5 hour lecture he gave in Sanskrit. I talk about this in the English translation. Only few points. One of the point is, without right living, right thinking will never come. Right? Achara, Manashuddhi, right? Even if you go to the Ashtanga Yoga, right? The first thing comes is Shuddhi, Chitta Shuddhi. So he says, without right living, the right thinking will not come. So that is one of the conditions to get his blessings. Social work done for the good of the worthy people should also be considered as worship. Naraseva, Narayana Seva is another sentence he made. So he believed in serving the mankind. The third point he made is, always keep away from the people who merely perform miracles. He did perform miracles, but he says, do not believe the people who merely perform the miracle without Shastra background. He focused on, they should be with Jnana and with Shastra they should do, and it should not be done, the miracle should not be done for the demonstration or to make the money or something. So don't believe such kind of people. He gave that message. And right knowledge is greater than any miracle. That's what he says. Then also he said the fifth point, blind faith is not a devotion. This is a very good message for all of us. If we are blindly following, without knowing what is the Sri Purna Bodha Garutirtha Pavadipara, just chanting like a tape recorder, that is a blind devotion. If we have not understood what is the meaning of Sri Purna Bodha Garutirtha Pavadipara, we should go back and do the search, Google search. You will find the detailed explanation of that. Or if I get an opportunity, I will talk about entire Appanacharya Kurta, this stotra also. Anyway, blind faith is not a devotion. That is a very important thing to be noted. This devotion should never be a blind faith. Of course, in the same way he says. So this is the final message he gave before he entered into the Brindavana. And then onwards, yesterday was the day, not yesterday, day before yesterday was the Madhya Aradhana was the day when he entered into Vrindavana. We celebrate 3 days, Purvaradhana, Madhyaradhana and Uttararadhana. Uttararadhana is the celebration of Rathotsava. And in Mantralaya, in my native place, the 4th day, today also we celebrate as the Sugnanendra Tirtha Punyatithi. Sugnanendra is one of the saints in his lineage. Sugnanendra Tirtha Punyatithi, we do it only for the volunteers in our place. That is the day we celebrate whatever the 3 days we celebrated, the Parihara, Shrama Parihara kind of activities. And fortunately, I got a great opportunity again from Hindu Dharma and philosophy, and they allowed me to speak here, share my thoughts. And I always consider this opportunity as my seva to Shri Raghavendra swami ji. Thank you very much for everyone.
Be sure
I really
to
appreciate
subscribe.
it.
Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to subscribe.
Thank you, Deshpande, for your enchanted talk.